Good morning, YouTubers. It's early for me. It's probably before noon. This is that log I'm trying to figure out how old it is, and the more I discuss this log with other people, the more it's interesting. These little pieces of black that I dug out of there that had the metal on them set over here and discolored this, so it's kind of interesting. Whatever the reaction or whatever, I don't know, must be in there too. But I am interested in how old this log is, and I just can't see it here. So my plan is to cut it down this way. This is the heart right here. Now what's interesting, I don't have a ruler here handy. Let me get one. This log on this side of the heart is about 10 inches. On this side of the heart is about 12 inches. So should be the same amount of rings, but these ought to be a little bit wider and easier to count. So what I'm going to do is cut it here and cut it here, cut it off here, and this will be a manageable size. Then I can take slices of that off and run them through a sander or do something, I don't know. I'm just kind of practicing piano. You guys know what that is now, so I'm going to gnaw on that, saw on that. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I warmed up the chainsaws and I found an interesting, don't know whether it's a fact, don't know whether it's true or not. Well, I don't, but it's not false. It sounds true. Is the reason you warm up your chainsaws is because when a saw is first warming up, the piston gets hotter faster than the jug of the cylinder. I don't know whether that's true or not, but it's right there, and it starts to expand. So you want the jug to expand also before you start applying whatever you're going to do to the thing. So basically the piston's expanding and getting tighter on the jug or the cylinders. I don't know if you guys know or think that you know somebody that knows the reason that you have to warm up a chainsaw. Send it to them and have them leave a comment, because I'd be interested in the reasoning for that. And also, the next thing I'm interested in is, these are real tight grains, and if you guys know wood or something, logs like this don't come around very often. That you saw some of the other on how tight the grain is. So this is a pretty, I don't know, nice log. I don't know what it is. It's something that you don't just saw up into fence boards, which was basically what I was going to do. And so I was talking with Jeffrey this morning. He says, no, it's good for this. But what somebody told me was that the wood in tighter grains in hardwood are not as strong as, you don't want the tight grains in hardwood. You want the tight grains in softwood. I don't know. I can't really explain. Don't know anything about it. But if you know somebody that does woodworking and has an answer to that, which when you're like this oak here, would it be better with bigger rings or smaller rings? It seems to me this would be more dense, so it'd be more solid. But this is a white oak, so I'm going to try to slice it down here, then slice it off that way. Maybe not in that order. I might slice it this way and slice it half this way, and then while this is still sturdy, slice it down that way. So I'm going to start the cuts with this little saw, because a little more control if it starts up. Got to turn the switch on, I guess. where I'm seeing. The sun's directly in me. I don't know how them photographers do all that all the time. Well, I think I got my basic start on there. That's a hard way to saw a log. It definitely better be rip sawing it as opposed to ingrain sawing this thing. But I think that I can get my line. I kind of watch where my saw is going a little bit more, but once I got a guide in there, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of putting along. So let me start this one up. Now I haven't sharpened this one since I hit that metal. Also thought I had my can hook so I could stand it up. But not. That blade ain't sharp at all now. I do have my can hook. Barker. Of course, you're probably not in it. A little bit in it. That's where I'm going. I'm trying to straighten that up a bit. Bad. I gotta move you back. The Apollo Noodles is pretty good. You might get a better view of it here. I'll zoom in one hair. Look at how dark this is. It's black. Well, we're getting there. I turn it this way now. I got to contend with going through where all the steel is. So I think I need to, as the log rolls, of course, here's the cant hook. Oh, you're still in the, yeah, you're still in there. Debarker. They just don't, I got that lump on the other side now I got to contend with. And this is about probably a 200-pound chunk of wood. Where are we at here? I want this line here. I went too far, didn't I? Oh, it's got that knot on there. Let's see, what do I got here to... I got this nice piece of pumpkin smashing wood in here. I think that's pretty good. We'll noodle that one down. Look at all this stuff. Holy cow. Talking about fire starter. I've been watching Mike Morgan on his fire starter. You let that dry and that would just self combust. Can you see all that? All right, let's kind of see if I can get this noodle down and get this piece out of here. That piece will be all right too. take it all the way through. Maybe we'll put it on the wood splitter, see if we can find anything. You see how black that is? That blade just got severely gone. That blade ain't what it was. I had to hit some more stuff there. This one here is pretty metal free. Now what you guys, I don't know whether you can see it on the camera or not. I'll put this in the wood splitter. You can't see the raise in that. You might be able to see the raise in that. Yeah, it's some pretty wood. Woo, old fat boy wore out. Can you see I think they call it modular raise. Now that's just a crappy chainsaw cut, but you can still see them. So that's some nice looking wood. And in this piece over here, when you cut it like that, that's basically quarter sawing it. Can you see that in those? I can't see a thing in the camera other than I know I got it. Look at those flitches in there and how tight they are. Look at it. There's 10 rings in beside that. Whew. Old fat boy wore out, but this is the one I wanted. Here's the heart right here. And so I'm taking, cut this with a good saw. I might cut it with a band saw. I might cut it and then run it through a joiner. But you can see those modularity rays in there. This is perfectly quarter saw wood. See the grains going this way perfectly. So running out of time here and running out of energy. I might put it on the wood splitter. That's all it is, going to be firewood. Oh, here's the there's where that is. I don't see anything. I'll go ahead and fire up the wood. It takes so much to fire up the wood splitter. I got 10 minutes. I guess I can fire it up in 10 minutes. You guys have been along this far. Let me see what I can do. You'll see what it takes to start up the old wood splitter. And I'll chunk up that part that's got the can't see anything in this camera right now because the sun is so bright at my back. It's making the screen silver. Now I can't raise it up. Problems being a cheap photography studio is just unbelievable. My cameraman ain't here. I gotta cover this back up tonight. They're talking for a lot of rain coming in tomorrow. This would be a good time to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And if you find this kind of stuff interesting or think somebody else might, send it to them so they can take a look at it and leave a comment on those 2 questions I asked earlier, which, to be honest with you, I don't even remember what I asked you earlier. Sometimes I forget faster than I can forget. Let's see. Boom, choke out, switch up. Come on, old switch is getting tired. Getting too tired. Let lights be choked. I don't know if you're seeing anything. Nothing worse than making a movie and you can't see nothing. I'm making shingles. There's something right there. You can see the burl. I don't know if you can see it. There's a burl around something right there, so there's probably something there. There might be the other part of that. Now what you can see, this is a nail here, there's a nail there, there's a nail there, but I haven't hit anything big. There was probably one down there too. Let me take another surgical slice off of that thing. Try to see out. There's a nail. Same thing as all the others were. There's a knot there. There must be 5 more, at least 6 more in there. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. There's one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Huh. See the burl around it? I'm hoping that you're seeing that. But there are, fingernail ain't quite as tight as they are there. Let's take another slice. little burrow starting there. What are we at time-wise? I know we got to be about out 27. Well, that was worth taking you along for a ride. Kind of interesting. A lot of little nails in there, but they affected the chainsaw blade, but not too bad. I don't think they had really messed with that blade in the back. I guess I'm aiming you where it's supposed to go. I can't see a thing in the camera. Just kind of, there's a couple there. But that makes, in the two over there, that puts it up to about 15, 16 nails. What Jeff thought was maybe some housewife had a piece of nylon rope and went out there and banged a clothesline on, and all she could find was little tacks and just tacked the heck out of the end of it there in a tree, which might be good. Somebody else said might be a kid going out there and just found some nails and started banging them in. I'm not sure. There's some kind of discrepancy in it there. Anyhow, I'm taking that down to Jeff's and we're going to make it readable. So we're going to find out how old that piece of wood is. So I'm glad you came along. I'm glad I got out of bed early to do this. And let that cool down and cover it back up. And haven't decided what to do with that oak log yet. And we do have a visitor here. We have a new visitor here. Haven't named him yet. He just got cut off. He is a white oak turtle. Haven't named him yet. So anyhow, hit the like button, subscribe button. If you want to see what's going on next, hit that bell icon so you get notified the next time I put some kind of silly video on the show. There's the difference in color. And look at the pile. All right, we'll see you now. Bye-bye.